Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into the tangled mess of secrets, betrayals, and unexpected twists happening in Port Charles. So grab a seat, because this is going to be a roller coaster ride you won't want to miss. A family hanging by a thread, Lulu Spencer's desperate plea for her brother's life at General Hospital. Time seems to stand still as Lulu Spencer sits anxiously by her brother Lucky Spencer's bedside. The beeping of the monitors, the sterile scent of the hospital, and the eerie silence of the late-night hours all blend into a suffocating atmosphere of uncertainty. The Spencer family has been through their share of heartbreak, but Lulu feels like fate has been particularly cruel to them lately. Her father, the legendary Luke Spencer, is gone. Her beloved Aunt Bobby Spencer, the backbone of their family, has passed away. Spencer Cassadine, her nephew, is no longer there, and her own daughter, Charlotte Cassadine, has chosen to remain under the influence of her father, Valentine Cassadine. And now, the only constant presence in her life, her brother, is fighting for his life after Cyrus Renault's brutal attack. Cyrus didn't just stab Lucky, he injected him with Digitalis, a toxin that could have easily ended his life had the doctors not intervened in time. But even though Lucky is still breathing, his survival is not guaranteed. Lulu can barely keep herself together as she whispers, "I can't lose you too, Lucky. I just can't." She remembers the times when they were kids, laughing in the backyard, chasing fireflies, dreaming about adventures they'd have together. The world feels unbearably cold now. The doctors have given her cautious hope. Lucky's body is fighting, but the damage done by the poison is unpredictable. One setback, one organ failing, and he could slip away forever. And Lulu knows all too well that life has a way of ripping away the people she loves most. Will Lucky be the next name added to the list of the Spencers lost to tragedy? Sonny Corinthos on the edge, a warning against vengeance he may not heed over at Greystone Manor. Sonny Corinthos sits in his dimly lit office, his mind a storm of thoughts. He clenches his fists, trying to fight the urge that is clawing at him. Retaliation. He wants it. He needs it. Someone tried to kill his son. Someone sent a bomb to his home. Someone out there, thought they could get away with it. He's been in the game long enough to know that revenge, when done right, can be swift, merciless, and most importantly, final. But then there's Laura Collins, the voice of reason that stands between him and total destruction. There's no room for retaliation, Sonny. Not now. Not like this, she tells him firmly, her eyes filled with the kind of wisdom that only years of hardship can bring. Sonny respects Laura, he always has. But she doesn't understand the depth of his fury. She doesn't understand that the men who did this aren't just criminals, they are monsters. And monsters don't just get to walk free. Cyrus Renault is missing. Jen Sidwell is a name being whispered more and more often in dangerous circles. And while Sonny has his suspicions, there isn't enough concrete evidence to act just yet. But the thing about Sonny Corinthos? He doesn't always wait for proof. Sometimes, he is the proof. The question is, will he listen to reason, or will he do what he does best? A cop's frustration reaches a boiling point. Chase's inner battle at Volanino's gym. Harrison Chase delivers one brutal punch after another to the heavy bag, his knuckles raw from the force of his anger. He shouldn't be feeling this way. He knows that. But logic doesn't stop the overwhelming frustration building inside him. His career as a detective has always been his pride. But his personal life? That's another story. He had thought he and Brooke Lynn Quartermaine were in sync. That they wanted the same things. A future. A family. Stability. But then he had suggested something that, in his mind, had made perfect sense, his brother, Hamilton Finn, as a sperm donor. It was a way for them to have a child despite Chase's infertility. And Brooke Lynn had hesitated. That hesitation felt like a rejection. Like a reminder that no matter how much he wanted to move forward, something would always stand in the way. Across the gym, Dante Falconeri watches as Chase lands punch after punch. He knows his friend well enough to recognize when he's spiraling. "You need to talk to her," Dante says, stepping forward. Chase exhales sharply, shaking his head. "I just need to hit something." And maybe that's the problem. He doesn't know whether to fight for his future with Brooke Lynn, or to let go. Quartermaine drama, Tracy vs. Drew in a battle over legacy inside the Quartermaine mansion, yet another war is brewing. Martin Gray sits across from Tracy Quartermaine, discussing the cease and desist order that was meant to block Drew Quartermaine from using the family name. But somehow, the legal maneuvering hadn't stuck. Tracy is livid. "The Quartermaine name is a legacy, not a free-for-all," she snaps. Martin nods, clearly aware that when Tracy Quartermaine wants something, she usually gets it. But this time, it seems Drew has fought back. With his political connections and congressional status, Drew has managed to keep his claim to the name, and Tracy isn't having it. The rest of the family had opposed her move, arguing that Emily Scout Quartermaine shouldn't have to suffer more upheaval in her life. But Tracy doesn't see it that way. She sees an outsider trying to claim a piece of the Quartermaine fortune, and she is determined to stop it. For now, the battle is at a standstill. But no one really believes it's over. Lucy Coe's dangerous game, can she trust Jen Sidwell? Lucy Coe is no fool. She's been around the block long enough to know when someone is playing her. So when Jen Sidwell invites her out under vague pretenses, she already knows something is up. He claims he has a motive for wanting to meet, but the question is, whose motive? Lucy doesn't trust Sidwell. No one in Port Charles should. He's charming, sure, but charm can be dangerous in the wrong hands. And Lucy, despite all her bravado, can feel the undercurrents of manipulation at play. Is Sidwell trying to seduce her? Use her for something bigger? Or is he genuinely interested? Whatever the case, Lucy isn't about to let her guard down. Carly Spencer faces down trouble, and doesn't even know it yet. At Bobby's, Carly Spencer spots Jack Brennan and doesn't hesitate to call him out. "What kind of trouble have you been stirring up?" she asks, arms crossed. "Oh, Carly. If only you knew. Jack Brennan isn't just causing trouble, he is trouble. He's the one framing Jason Morgan, pulling the strings, and worst of all, he's using Jocelyn Jacks to do it. Jocelyn has no idea she's being manipulated. She thinks she's doing something honorable by joining the WSB. But Brennan is playing her, just like he's played so many others. And Carly? She's about to step into a fight she never saw coming. That's a wrap for today, guys. What do you think? Will Carly figure out what Brennan is up to? Will Sonny listen to reason or go full mob boss? And what's next for Lucky Spencer? Next, we're diving deep into one of the hottest debates in the General Hospital fan community. What's going on with Drew Cain's character, and is it time for Cameron Matheson to take a break from the show? Buckle up because we have a lot to discuss. A cloud of uncertainty, what's next for Drew Cain? Speculation is running wild among General Hospital fans about the future of Drew Cain, played by Cameron Matheson. Over the past few months, devoted viewers have noticed a shift in the way Drew is being portrayed, leading many to ask the burning question, is Matheson phoning in his performances? Now, to be fair, it's not entirely uncommon for actors to have off days or even off storylines. But the concern here is that the disconnect between Drew and his storyline feels persistent, as if something deeper is at play. Is Matheson feeling uninspired by his character's trajectory? Has the writing failed to give Drew the depth he once had? Or could this be a sign that Matheson himself is ready to walk away from the role? With Drew's recent lackluster emotional reactions, especially in pivotal moments, some fans are wondering if a major shift is coming, either in the form of a temporary break or even a full-fledged exit. Fan reactions speak volumes, a performance that feels off. Whenever a character starts to feel different, the General Hospital fandom doesn't stay silent. Social media has been flooded with discussions about Drew's emotional detachment, and some fans have gone as far as to compare Cameron Matheson's performance with previous actor Billy Miller, who originated the role of Drew. A particularly vocal segment of the fanbase has called out Matheson's portrayal, claiming that his performances lack the depth required to make Drew's recent struggles feel authentic. One fan noted, "His reaction to Sam's death really irks me. You would think she was just some random person instead of his ex-wife and the mother of his child." Others have echoed the sentiment, pointing out that Drew's grief seems superficial. His emotions appear to hover at the surface without truly breaking through, no quivering voice, no raw heartbreak, no lingering devastation. Instead, Drew's reaction to losing Sam feels robotic, as if the weight of her death is just another plot point rather than a life-shattering event. Even more damning are the comparisons to Steve Burton's recent performances, which fans argue have been far more compelling. Steve Burton has really done a good job these past few months with this part of the storyline, but I know Billy would have been damn good. Cameron? Nope. When viewers start longing for a recast or reminiscing about previous actors, it's never a good sign for a character's current portrayal. Drew's connection to Willow, meaningful or just empty words? Another major sticking point for fans is Drew's relationship with Willow, which should, in theory, be a source of rich emotional depth. However, the way Drew speaks about Willow often comes across as flat and uninspired, leaving fans wondering if there's any real connection between the characters. Many have pointed out that his words feel empty, almost like he's reciting lines without truly embodying the emotions behind them. For a character like Drew, who has faced so much loss, from his missing memories to the trauma of captivity, his emotional range should be much more nuanced. Instead, his responses feel distant, like someone going through the motions rather than someone deeply connected to the people around him. Could this be an issue with the writing, or is Matheson simply struggling to bring the character to life in a way that resonates with audiences? The Monica fallout, a lost opportunity for emotional depth? One of the most surprising moments for fans was Drew's reaction to being kicked out by Monica Quartermaine. Monica, a woman Drew once considered a maternal figure, made the difficult decision to distance herself from him, a move that should have cut deep. And yet, Drew's reaction was shockingly muted. Rather than feeling heartbroken, betrayed, or even angry, Drew mostly just seemed annoyed. His frustration was surface level, with none of the raw devastation that should come from losing a mother figure he was once so connected to. A passionate performance here could have elevated the storyline, giving viewers a moment of catharsis. Instead, it felt like a wasted opportunity, one more scene where Drew's emotions never truly landed. The Billy Miller factor, a legacy that's hard to replace. For many fans, it's impossible to discuss Drew Cain without acknowledging Billy Miller's legacy. Miller's portrayal of Drew was layered, heartfelt, and deeply human. He brought complexity to every scene, ensuring that even when Drew was lost, conflicted, or struggling, he felt real. So when fans compare Matheson's performance to Miller's, it's not necessarily an attack, it's a testament to how impactful Miller's version of Drew was. It's understandable that actors bring their own interpretations to roles, but when viewers start reminiscing about a previous actor's ability to elevate the material, it signals that something isn't clicking with the current performance. Could Matheson rise to the challenge and inject more emotion into his portrayal? Or is this a sign that it might be time for Drew to take a break, or even be recast? What's next? The future of Drew Cain in General Hospital. At this point, it's unclear what the future holds for Drew. If Matheson truly wants to stay, he might need to dig deeper into the character, bringing out the emotional intensity that fans are craving. But if he's already looking for an exit, then we could be heading toward a major shift in General Hospital's cast. A temporary break could do wonders for both the actor and the storyline, allowing for a fresh creative direction when he returns. But if the issues persist, a recast might be the only option to keep Drew relevant and engaging. One thing is for sure, fans aren't willing to sit through a lackluster version of Drew much longer. And that's a wrap for today, guys. What do you think? Should Cameron Matheson take a break? Does Drew's character need a major reset, or is the problem in the writing? Next, we're going to talk about a true legend of General Hospital, Leslie Charleson. Her impact on the show and her legacy as Monica Quartermaine is something that fans and co-stars alike will cherish forever. Let's dive into her extraordinary journey, the heartfelt tributes from her castmates, and how she left an indelible mark on daytime television. A career that left an unforgettable mark on General Hospital. For decades, Leslie Charleson was more than just a fixture on General Hospital, she was its heart. Her portrayal of Dr. Monica Quartermaine was nothing short of iconic, bringing a depth and elegance to the character that few could rival. She was the quintessential matriarch of the Quartermaine family, effortlessly balancing Monica's professional brilliance as a doctor with the intricate chaos of her personal life. Through affairs, heartbreaks, rivalries, and deeply emotional storylines, Charleson's Monica captivated audiences with her sharp wit, resilience, and undeniable presence. She brought to life one of the most complex female characters in soap opera history, turning Monica into a character who wasn't just defined by her relationships, but by her strength and ambition. Beyond the scripted drama, Leslie Charleson was a true professional who loved her craft, and her colleagues adored her for it. She became a mentor, a friend, and a guiding force to many of her co-stars. Her passing on January 12 at age 79 left an irreplaceable void, but it also brought the General Hospital family together to celebrate her memory. Wally Kurth's unexpected role in honoring Leslie Charleson. Among those who stepped forward to pay tribute to Charleson's legacy was Wally Kurth, who plays Ned Quartermaine, Monica's nephew. Kurth was honored with the responsibility of leading the memorial event, a role that he hadn't initially expected. In a heartfelt interview with Soap Opera Digest, Kurth revealed how his involvement in the ceremony came to be. He explained that during Charleson's final days, her longtime assistant, Krista Zampino, had been in touch with Jane Elliott, who plays Tracy Quartermaine. As Charleson's health declined, plans were quietly being made about how to properly honor her once the time came. Elliott, recognizing Kurth's deep connection to the General Hospital community, personally requested that he be a part of the tribute. Kurth recalled, "I thought I was just going to be asked to sing, but Krista asked me if I wouldn't mind leading it as well. And I said, okay. So, I led the ceremony. I opened, I sang 2 songs, and then I closed it." While the responsibility was a tremendous honor, it was also an emotionally heavy experience. Kurth had the difficult task of guiding others through their tributes, helping them find the strength to share their stories despite their grief. But what touched him the most was hearing just how highly Charleson had spoken of him over the years. "I was so touched by that because we never really hung out that much outside of work," he admitted. Despite that, they had spent countless hours together at fan events, particularly at the General Hospital Fan Club weekends and the annual Quartermaine brunch. Their bond, though mostly professional, was built on mutual respect and admiration for the fans who supported them. Leslie and I were always bonded in that sense, he shared. I think we both regarded fans in the same loving, supportive way. The storyline that never was, the missed opportunity between Monica and Ned. As Kurth reflected on his history with Leslie Charleson, he couldn't help but lament one particular missed opportunity, a storyline that could have added even more depth to their on-screen relationship. Before Kurth took on the role of Ned Quartermaine in 1991, the character was originally played by Kurt McKinney from 1988 to 1991. During McKinney's tenure, Ned was introduced as a mysterious spa worker going by the alias Ward, who engaged in a passionate affair with Monica Quartermaine. It wasn't until later that Monica discovered the shocking truth: Ned was actually her nephew. Unfortunately, by the time Kurth assumed the role, that storyline had already played out, meaning that he never got the chance to explore the fallout between Ned and Monica. Sadly, I didn't get to play that out with Leslie. That would have been fun. I would have liked that, Kurth admitted, hinting that the drama of that plotline could have been even richer if he had been involved. Even Leslie Charleson herself used to joke about it, saying she regretted not being able to revisit that storyline. The idea of diving back into that twist-filled moment, even years later, was something she found flattering and fun. In the world of soap operas, where anything is possible, including resurrections, time jumps, and rewritten histories, it's not hard to imagine what could have been. Perhaps, in a different timeline, we would have seen Kurth's Ned grappling with the fallout of his past affair with Monica, a storyline that could have added even more complexity to their on-screen dynamic. The impact of Leslie Charleson, a legacy that lives on. As General Hospital continues without its beloved Monica Quartermaine, Leslie Charleson's presence will never truly fade. Her warmth, dedication, and incredible talent cemented her as one of the greatest actresses in soap opera history. Her passing was a deep loss, but the love and admiration from her co-stars, like Wally Kurth, Jane Elliott, and countless others, prove just how much of an impact she had. Even in her final days, Charleson remained a respected figure among her peers, someone whose contributions to General Hospital will never be forgotten. For the fans who grew up watching her, Monica Quartermaine wasn't just a character, she was a force. She gave viewers a strong, complex, and incredibly human leading lady, proving that soap operas could deliver characters just as layered and compelling as any primetime drama. And as Wally Kurth, Jane Elliott, and the rest of the General Hospital family continue to share their memories of her, one thing is clear: Leslie Charleson may be gone, but her legacy will live on forever. And that's a wrap for today, guys. What are your favorite memories of Leslie Charleson as Monica Quartermaine? Do you think General Hospital will ever be the same without her?
Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.